Money is just energy. Sounds like a motivational poster, right? Something you'd see framed above a crystal shop next to "Manifest Your Millions." But here's the wild part. That phrase? It's not New Age. It's old Dean. Because Allah, the creator of all energy, already told us how Rizq works. And spoiler, it has nothing to do with how many hours you grind or how many cold emails you send before Fajr. But for some reason, we forgot. We've replaced trust with tension, faith with fear, alignment with hustle. We wake up checking our bank app like it's a divine revelation. We beg and dua like Allah needs a certain number of requests before He decides to give, and when it doesn't work, we assume we didn't pray hard enough. But what if I told you, it was never about praying harder? What if Rizq doesn't come from pressure, but from presence? In this video, I'm going to walk you through something that might just rewire how you see money, dua, and divine provision. Not based on hype, not based on how to get rich TikToks, but based on the Quran, the Prophet, and the spiritual personalities who actually lived in richness without chasing a single dollar. This is for the person who's been hustling and still feels stuck. This is for the one who's generous but feels like Rizq doesn't flow back. This is for you. If you've ever asked, why do I still feel broke even though I trust Allah? By the end of this, you might just see money the way Allah wants you to see it, and you'll never stress the same again. So take a breath, be still. Let's begin where all Rizq starts, not with money, but with the condition of your heart, because the condition of your heart, it's not just how you feel, it's your signal. It's what you're sending out to the unseen world, where Allah has already written your Rizq before it even reaches your hands. Think of it this way. What you see on the outside is a mirror of what's inside your heart. It's not about blindly thinking positive. It's deeper than that, but in the real Quranic way, the way Allah teaches us in His divine plan, where He says, "There is no creature on earth whose provision is not upon Allah." That's not metaphor, that's not poetry, that's a guarantee. So if your Rizq is guaranteed, why does it still feel like you're chasing it? Because here's the part nobody talks about. Your dua isn't just about what you say, it's the condition of your heart that truly calls out to Allah. If you beg Allah with your mouth, but your heart is locked in fear and doubt, you're not making dua for abundance. You're making dua for scarcity, because your energy is what speaks the loudest. Shams Tabrizi said it best, "Do not seek Allah with loud voices. He is closer to you than your jugular vein. It is not your words that reach Him, it is your being." Let that sink in. Because some of us are walking around saying, "I trust Allah, I believe in barakah, I make dua every night." But deep down, we're clenched, tight, tense, terrified, and then we wonder why Rizq isn't flowing. You can't fake trust. Not with Allah. You see, Rizq is like rain. It's always falling. Your job isn't to chase the clouds. Your job is to open the soil of your heart, to receive. And receiving requires one thing: stillness. The same way the Prophet would pray. Not in frantic desperation, but in still surrendered presence. He didn't chase Rizq. He aligned his heart and actions fully with what Allah wanted. You see, Rizq begins before you take action. It begins in silence, in your trust, in your alignment with the one who already promised to feed every creature on this earth. And yet, we keep thinking provision comes from pressure. We think if we don't grind, strive, hustle harder, we'll fall behind. But ask yourself this, why is the man lifting bricks in the heat for 12 hours paid less than the guy clicking buttons in air conditioning? Why is the single mother working 2 jobs still struggling to pay rent while someone else just posts once and gets paid thousands? It's not effort. It never was. If Rizq followed hustle alone, the world would look very different. But Allah is clear. Indeed, it is Allah who is the continual provider, the firm possessor of strength. He never said, "Hustle harder and you'll get more." He said, "Trust me, I provide." He never made your job the source. He made Himself the source. The job, that's just a means, a temporary channel, but the provider, that never changes. And speaking of birds, the Prophet said, if you relied upon Allah as He deserves, He would provide for you as He provides for the birds. They leave hungry in the morning and return full in the evening. They don't beg. They move. They trust. That's the mindset that invites abundance from Allah. It's not words, it's not grind, it's submission. So the question isn't, how do I earn more? The question is, what is the condition of my heart? Because money doesn't respond to panic, it responds to presence. Let's talk about the condition that truly invites risk. Because you can say, Ya Allah, help me, and still carry doubt in your chest. You can recite every dua you memorized, but if your soul is curled into a ball of fear, the signal you're sending isn't faith, it's the feeling of having little. And Allah responds to the truth of your being, not on the performance of your tongue. So the first law is this: trust is the currency of risk, not trust in your efforts, not trust in the economy, trust in Allah, the one who created every atom of gold, every breath of air, every bite of food you've ever tasted. He's not guessing your risk, he's not making it up as he goes. He's already written it. And your job? Not to chase it, but to receive it. So how do you shift your state? Let me show you how the people of Allah did it. The spiritual masters who never posted a course, never sold a product, never had a big following, and yet provision flowed to them like rivers. One day, someone asked Sheikh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, "How do you make a living?" He replied, "I sell to the one who buys without currency." What does that even mean? It means he walked with so much certainty, so much trust, that Allah sent provision to him without any visible cause. No ad campaigns, no side hustle, just spiritual alignment. You see, trust isn't passive. It's not do nothing and wait. It's move, but without panic. Give, but without fear. Work, but with full surrender to Allah's will. Because when your chest is tight, your energy is blocked. But when your chest is open, provision flows like wind through a window. So here's what I do. Simple practices, but powerful shifts. Start the day with thanking Allah. Before the phone, before the fear, say Alhamdulillah. Even just one breath of gratitude sets the tone for how risk reaches you. Because when you begin with presence, you're telling Allah, I'm already thankful. And that energy, it opens doors. Show gratitude through your actions and heart, not just with your mouth, but with your body, your energy, your posture. Smile while you say it. Let your soul expand with thanks. If you are grateful, I will surely increase you. This is not a poetic suggestion. This is divine law. Give without hesitation. Give as if you know Allah will multiply your reward tenfold because He will. Charity does not decrease wealth. Give with love, give with ease, and watch what comes back. It might not be cash. It might be peace, health, opportunities. Right, people. But trust me, it always comes. End the day with sincere gratitude. Before you sleep, pause for a moment. Not to scroll, not to replay your worries, but to remember. The blood flowing quietly through your veins. Remember, you made it through this day. And think of the countless unseen ways Allah protected you with so much love, even when you didn't notice. Now gently, close your eyes and softly whisper, Alhamdulillah, for every single thing. Did you know? The Prophet used to say, Alhamdulillah 33 times, Subhanallah 33 times, Allahu Akbar 34 times. But the number? That's not what matters most. What really matters is being present as you say it. Notice the little things. Wiggling your toes in your bed. Being able to sleep tonight without pain. The gentle warmth of your blanket. Every bit of it is risk, blessings and sustenance. And as you rest your head, filled with gratitude, you send a gentle message up to the heavens. I am already provided for, and I am ready to receive more. Understand the circulation of wealth. When you give in charity, you didn't lose money. You activated a law. You entered the system of divine circulation. Like blood in the body, risk is meant to flow, not be held onto. When you release it, with love, you're telling Allah, I trust you'll return it better, and He always does. Sometimes it returns as money, sometimes as ease, sometimes as someone showing up just when you needed help. But it always returns. That's not metaphor. That's the system. The more you align with it, the more you receive from it, and not just receive, you overflow. So here's the real truth. You weren't created to panic. You weren't created to chase money. You were created to trust. And when you walk in trust, real trust, the kind that breathes deep and smiles, money finds you. Barakah finds you. Peace finds you. When your heart stops living in fear, because now it knows Allah is already providing. So stop chasing the creation. Chase the Creator. Chase Him with your state. your breath, your stillness, your generosity, your trust, and He, Al-Razaq the provider, will chase you with rizq in ways you could never imagine. Provision is written, panic is optional. If this reached your heart, let it reach someone else's too. Barakah isn't just for you, it's for all of us. May Allah fill your life with provision, peace, and the kind of trust that makes fear impossible. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.